Good morning, Azeroth. It is the 2nd of October 2024. Grab your morning beverage and welcome to the stream. It's another weekly reset. We'll be going through collecting those caches, grabbing coffer keys, getting them ready for the delves in the days ahead. Without further ado, let's get stuck in. Hope you're all doing well today. You're about halfway through the week. Take it steady. Up those beverages, you've got this. Apologies, I can feel myself with a bit of a sore throat this morning. Hopefully it doesn't come through too clearly. Oh. Delves bonus on the week. Interesting. NPC was over there. Odd. There was a lamplighter leaning on that post over there on our evoker with a quest that wasn't warband complete. And for whatever reason, it is not there now on the main. I wonder if that's an evoker specific quest or a Drakthea specific quest. Very interesting. Hello, Bran. It's been all quiet recently. I haven't heard of any issues. This seems like a good opportunity for exploration, eh? I'm at your disposal. We can go wherever it is you want to go. Complete free delves.
I'll go ahead and pack the supplies. See you down below.
Aye, Bran. Oh, the other weekly ones.
We are the Titan's bedrock and foundation.
Rookery.
Return if you wish to.
What do you want us to do this week? Complete 5 delves.
Returning to work.
That's a good job we were looking to do delves. Open our great vault, see what we can get. Helmet or belt? Helmet already has an enchant on it. I think we do belt just to save resources. Spent so many grabbing stuff for our PvP stuff on the evoker. From this point it will be a much slower grind getting the gear level up, push those high level delves. Finding our mining one.
We are the Titan's bedrock and foundation.
20 bismuth, much more reasonable than the null stones. Should mean the crafting order ones. Yep. Grab these.
I've been expecting you.
Probably complete these first. You know, I will have the concentration to do so. How many of those coffer keys are we looking at? We got 4 at the moment, so we probably want to be doing our delves. Given that 2 of the pinnacle chests come from delves themselves. That is definitely the pinnacle ones, right? That one's specific gear. And that's an actual cache. Oh, the theatre showing in a world boss around here. Whoa. Oh yeah, the fancy light shield. Can't do that one as we don't know the recipe. Hang on. If we're going to come back and do those, let's run over to the theatre first while the show's going. Get that cash. Oh, you cannot pick up that. Oh, there it is, there it is.
Ah, a new experience.
There we go, let me in.
It isn't a show without the cast and the crew. Help them out.
Ah, just encouraging other players. Similar to the one from the Tuskar, where you yell at everyone. Oh, approval is up, but we have only just got involved. Hello, going.
Speak
Go on.
freely.
Get in our outfit. While the event was on, one of the easier caches to come and earn. Go over to a wood pile, chuck it onto the stage.
Lands beyond Kazalgar call to
Build a very
me.
haphazard ship.
I will build a sturdy ship and sail to meet them.
Okay, so even if we join the event midway through, we can still get enough for the weekly quest. Or the wood. Oh!
Storms and waves rage and
We were wind
beat
last
me
time.
back.
Now we just chuck
Will
buckets.
I never make it away from the Isle?
Hey, go away, go on. I'm working. Go on, shoot, shoot.
Ah, sorry. Hello.
It'd be wild to see everyone's fans all coming at once in the unending voice line. It feels like there's only 3 of these stories, which is a bit unfortunate. They're already hitting that repeat value, but always something they could add more to over time.
Rises from the deep. I cannot let it damage the ship.
Gonna hear them. I don't know if it's been more optimized in some way or there are just slightly less players about, but it feels as though we're not suddenly lagging about with this one, which is nice.
I have reached the shore beyond. But who are these strange creatures?
It is us. We'll attack anything on sight.
Why are you attacking me? Oh no, I should never have left home.
Take a bow. Get ourselves up. Glad we caught it in time.
I must sail home. These outlanders are too dangerous.
We are.
I see the wisdom in our directives. They were protecting us from the outlanders. I will follow a different path.
Right, that's one key. There'll be one from these world quests. Let's go and see this world boss. Oh, is the big fella in a crystal actually a world boss rather than some kind of secrety quest?
These constructs once protected the Isle, but
It is.
this one's programming has been damaged. It will not distinguish between friend and foe.
Fill up so quickly.
These constructs once protected the Isle, but this one's programming has been damaged. It will not distinguish between friend and foe.
It begins. Ow. Stood in the boot. Barely felt it. I think the nature of world bosses these days kind of stops them from being any more involved or difficult, which is a shame. I heard good things about the world bosses in Guild Wars 2 and how you actually have to engage in mechanics, but as you can see, when you get this many players just coming in, I know, there has to be a change in design philosophy
Gracefully executed as
to achieve
always.
something like that.
I will see if this unit can be repaired. No sense in wasting a good tool, is there?
Got me some Valor Stones, some crests. No, like, chest of loot or anything. A shame, but it's done. It's sorted. I assume that counts as one of the world quests. It does. There's both Valor Stones up there, so we'll go do those ones. We'll need them for more upgrading. We've had one cache, that'll be the second one. Dell's one will be a third.
The ruins of Dalaran hold
Go
more
to
than
Awakening
just
the
a
Machine, I suppose.
They conceal invaluable arcane tomes.
Find books for
Our
Jaina.
mission is to retrieve them before they're lost to history.
Aye, aye, Jaina. We'll find some books on the floor. And in plushies first. Aww. All the things to survive the crash. They're all very specific elephants for some reason. I don't know if that's a reference to something from Dalaran. I certainly don't remember blue elephants specifically. There we go. I'm bringing them to safety. Bless. Let's do our books next. One more. There we are. Kill Babbling Book. Oh, the Hearthstone card. Kirintor Mage. There are your plushies.
Piece of Dalaran we preserve,
Oh,
no
Aphis.
matter how small, is valuable. Thank you.
Your voice seems injured, Aphis. Wanna cast a spell? I wanna cast a spell. What a nice little reference. That's one of the ones active when I did play Hearthstone.
Well done, champion.
Very infamous
Your
card.
efforts have safeguarded our knowledge for generations.
Generated a random mage spell, and off the back of said random mage spell, you could certainly win games. I believe one of the most famous was it won a tournament at one point. A lot of discussion about the nature of RNG within Hearthstone. Card games in general. And there was an element of fun to that. Like, I enjoyed playing a silly mage deck with too much spell generation and silliness. But especially for a competitive scene, it can be troublesome. You just don't want your, skills, efforts, planning, strategy just to go to waste because of a random pull, but the nature of just drawing cards from a deck is pretty random in and of itself, but different levels. Let's go knock out some bees.
Cinder bees. Stunning, yet perilous creatures. When their numbers surge, honey production halts, triggering extreme aggression instead.
A lot of folks around getting their dailies out of the way. Come here, bees. I haven't seen anything that's needed for that honey, but it's still listed as like a resource. Grab some. Oh, I don't want to overload it because I don't want to get yeeted off too far. More.
I need to target something first. I need to get closer.
Grab these drones. Grab that one. Only a few more will do it. Yeah, very busy. A lot easier to do these bigger elite quests that can be a little perilous sometimes. Certainly be feeling it more not on the paladin. About one more should do it.
I'm out of range.
Sleepy, not paying attention. Wake up.
Thanks for your assistance. With your help, we can calm them down and guide them back to their honey-making duties.
Ow. I've pulled too many. Oh, mistakes were made. Potion.
I need a target. I don't have a target.
Fine.
I don't have a target.
Stop sliming me.
Get closer.
Please. Thank goodness we had somebody else along.
My mana is low.
There you go. Well, have a good time. I'm heading out. Alright, so... Ooh, a lockbox. For later. We have 5 echoes again, so we can try one of the harder modes of the event to get more Valor Stones and such. Let me fly again. There we go. Right, let's head on down to the Ringing Deeps. Where is that? There it is. Let me in. Grab our weeklies from Gundergaz. Still the best name to say so far in the expansion. Wax do I have to hand in? Ah! One misclick. 65 wax. And still those transmogs options. Nowhere to be seen from the vendor.
Someone didn't get the message. These are earthen resources.
Morning, Mac. Hope you're doing well today.
Bring back more shiny.
More wax. And 20 waves of awakening the machine.
You need? I got.
Contribute our wax. Chunk of Valor Stones. Still. I wonder where those transmog options went. I'm just... Do I have to start purchasing other stuff for them to become available, I wonder? Let's buy, like, I don't know, a pet. Did not change the inventory.
I find more stuff for you.
Oh well. No, while we're here, we can fix some pipes. Why not? And these simple drive-by ones. There's also that pipe moving mini game, which is one of those puzzles where you have to align the pipes so it runs in a line. I only saw a little bit of that. I expected it to be used more.
Burglar is best glue.
No worries, Skitter. Alright. Do the machine.
Measure twice, cut once. That works. Maintenance today.
Alright, Koldas, let's get this through.
Hope you brought watch my back while I commune with the machine.
I know, I know. 20 waves of little Roberts. And that will be our second cache. Those. It kills them instantly. And I love this in theory. Just need to ramp up the difficulty for me a little bit. I can't say too much until we actually do it on another class, but... It's hard for me to have more faith in the player base in regards to stuff like that and difficulty. From what I understand, when this was being tested, there were a lot of folks saying, oh, it's too difficult and it got nerfed before launch. It's hard to say. At that point, you just want more modes more than anything else. Difficulty options. And it's always a toss-up when gear's involved. I don't know, let me do it for more renown? Transmog. Pets and mounts are a decent allure for a lot of folks.
Let's
There are
get
ways
this
to do it
off
without
my
getting into the
back while I
complications
commune
of
with the
gear.
machine.
And in front of the beam. And he's fine. Beam again. Near bother. Oop. Done that one. Back to the beam. Come here, little ones. Interrupt and gone. Beam again. You know, if you're a squishier class without self-heals, especially in the early stages of having no gear, more troublesome, to be sure, to be sure. I like more for longevity's sake is all. Oh, Robert. Never one bites the dust.
Let's get this done right.
There's Traveler's Log progress as well. We'll take those.
Watch my back
Let's keep
while I
going.
commune with the machine.
Halfway there. A swigger's drink. Make sure you all do the same out there. Keep yourselves hydrated. As medbots do drop these potions as well, which you just chuck on him. Good chunk of healing. Oh, old pot, come here. Making stuff immune. Oh, that was a big number. Gonna have to do that item squish before midnight. Last time they did a squish, it was... Oh, I think it was the launch of Miss of Pandaria. Threw everything in the old world out of whack. Might have been Warlords. Been a long time. But at some point, giant numbers, because fun as it is to look at on occasion, they just become untenable.
Cut once.
Like, and too much. And indecipherable at that level. I just hope they learn the lessons that they learnt back then. We know the development team has changed a decent amount over the years. And as we saw with Pandaria Remix, there was a lot of just forgotten or overlooked things, like bugs and issues at the time that didn't get sorted for Remix. Let us hope if they do have to resort to the item squish, they remember what went wrong with it last time. Broke a lot of like transmog run farming and stuff like that. It's because the stats suddenly were all over the place. And enemy scaling for leveling at different leveling brackets was a nightmare in some very odd specific scenarios. Have faith though. I mean, you see from the stuff coming in the anniversary patch, all the class changes in the hero talent, either full reworks for some like the Dark Ranger.
Let's get this done right.
They are on the ball.
Watch my back while I commune with the machine.
I mean, especially more so that it's all evergreen content when it comes to hero talents and the like. It's not like the Forgotten Power systems that could potentially just be like, we didn't quite nail it, so we can just kind of, it won't be important in X amount of time, so I'm not saying that was the approach, but sometimes you got that vibe. Let them block it. There you go. Pop, pop, pop. Get off him, Swarmbots.
Time to fix things.
Nearly there. Couple more. The explodey ones blow up. Grab all the others. Oh, randomly the big explosion. Still not sure how that triggers. Maybe it's when an explodey bot goes off at the same time as the big robot throws down that little lava thing. We get those lava balls around us. Unclear.
Let's get this done right.
Alright. Last one. The Phalanx. We become Spider. Avoid the rubble. Noted. Right, let's grab our loot. Valor and crests. Rep as well. Or them crystals. This will be our third cache. Alright. One more cache. Another set of keys. To do that ringing deeps one up there, what were the other choices? I was going to Hallowfall. Which we'll probably end up doing if we need to level another ult or start that process. I want to try the hard mode version of that as well, just to see the difference. We do need to go to Ashgahet at some point to forge a pack so we get that faster crafting speed. Or gathering speed, rather. That applies to all of our ults. Very useful business. Got this axe, which I feel like once leveled up will be better than the weapon we currently got, which we crafted, because we can't, for whatever reason, the crafted stuff, we cannot upgrade it in the same way we can drops. Something to consider. We need one more to grab another coffer key. We just need to do one world quest, so which one has Valor on it, or the keys? Let's grab this one as it's nearby. Have the rookery to do as well. We'll nab into a follower dungeon. How are our reps looking at the moment? 14, 14, 18 and 14. You can tell which one I've been picking the bonus for. Probably swap it to one of the others. In terms of which reward we choose from after the dungeon. Right, time to take candles. Is the right one, yeah? Yeah. Give us all your candles, kobolds. No, dear. Poor buggers. I still want to, in some way, take over or liberate up the little kobold town over yonder. Just because when we go through the questing, it's like, oh, we have liberated it, we have pushed the Candle King back, it should all be fine. But it's still like just controlled by random NPCs, and it just feels like maybe for a 0.5 or even the next big patch 11.0, maybe that will become like, I don't know, place to start that questing experience from. I'd just love to see it. Have them in their houses, living their lives.
It's too far away.
You know, there's a good of the chunk of them that have kind of moved into Gundagaz. It's nice to have some kobolds on side. In the same way we got like some gnolls on side during Dragonflight. It left the door open for the... Oh, what was her name? I can't remember the specific gnoll. But they were using a load of decay magic, and there were some questions raised where that will fit in the story in future. It's certainly one of those little threads they've left open. Decay and death magic are in that like boundary, so Xalatath already has. From what the understanding currently is, the vibes I got from finishing the main story, she's absorbing different cosmic powers. She's absorbed 3, which is death, arcane, and void. So the decay stuff is already covered. Doesn't need to figure that. So maybe the Gnoll thread is just something that will come up again after the trilogy. So they've got just an iron in the fire, as it were. It's the question, though, of where she will get the other cosmological elements from. Needs fell. That's probably going to be Sargeras' sword that's stuck in the floor.
We've got
Life is probably going to be all the different roots around and something with the Haranir. And light, that's probably why she's going to the Sunwell. To take the light energy from it, and that will be the big old last bit. Oh, I did this on the Evoker yesterday. Yes. Hopefully, without war mode being on, I can just work with everyone and get these, so this should be way smoother than it was there. There's only like 2 or 3 of these awakened elements that spawn. There's a snake, yep, there's the snake. Then there's another lava one off to the side. Come here, snack. Sorted. What's that? Oh, just a rock snail that got caught. There's the third. Yeah, if my Evoker can face tank these with just a little bit of kiting, we're absolutely fine on the Paladin. Alright. One more to spawn about. We'll keep an eye out for our snuffling as we go. Gotta get that wax. And the top one respawned. Fancy fire elemental.
Task complete.
Sorted. Thank you, bro.
This place safer.
And the other coffee key. Got a chunk of gold as well. Oh, they all vanished. Curse you, all spawning system. Right. make our way over at Harrowfall for the World Soul Memory thing before we start delving. Hang on, I need to head to the gate. Round this way, keep an eye on the floor. Wish the little snuffling pile showed up on the minimap. Maybe there's a toy or something I can get to achieve that. Yum, there it is. 1 wax. Still from these little digging games we've found new events still happen. We did it on the Evoker the other day. I was attacked by a mob of chickens. Didn't make any sense as to why digging a hole in the ground would suddenly spawn like 10 or more chickens. But I still like that there's new things as we go. I hope with each patch they continue to add stuff to the digging thing. No, I appreciate knowledge being in there as well. Oh, it was blacksmithing knowledge, not mining knowledge. Working out, unlocking those transmogs. Gimme that wax. Delicious. Oh, it's one of these ones. Grab. Very nice. There's some BOE stuff we can slap towards the wall bank. An ingot, rather. I know words. Like that. The gate. And ever onward. Shining light of Belladar first thing, isn't it nice? We want that thing up there. See you, wax. Speaking of new ones, hello. Just a little defense mini game, I guess. Dodging game. Wild. More, please. More of this. Spontaneous random things. Someone already got one. Oh, we're just finding them easy peasy today. Get out of the way. Those wasps. All sorted as well. Lovely stuff. Let's grab this bismuth. Get over to that World Soul Memory. We've done one on, like, there were 3 tiers of difficulty. The basic one that you do as you're discovering them. One that ramps it up, and one that says, oh, it's a mythic mode to get loads of stuff. In terms of coffer keys and valor. We couldn't access that one until you had done at least each of the different World Soul Memories once. We've done that now. Got them all out of the way. So we can have a look. Grab the ore as I go around. More gross webbing as it spits at me. And it despawned. Oh, I don't know. Maybe if I can click it. Don't let it despawn. It's probably ancient code baking all that in there that they already had to futz with all the phasing tech when they first changed all that. Yep. Oh, that's one of them bar. Brewfest. Don't need that. I got what I wanted out of Brewfest, which was the back piece. The shield probably would be interesting, but that's like another 200 of them coins, and I'm alright. Okay. So, I think, just as a precaution, we eat some food. What we got? We got some meat and potatoes. Yeah, and it says it's a tough bit of business, so we might as well. Alright. Crush 5 echoes in your fist, increasing this memory to the maximum difficulty of a mythic challenge. Death will remove you from the vision. Right, and it's telling us to fight or we get thrown out. It'll be alright, I imagine. I don't know if it has us in here with players who are on the same difficulty level or if it'd be the same either way, but... What was he doing with that sprout? Azeroth's pain manifests. Oh, potion! Killing a creature heals you. That's nice. What is this? Oh, no, it's bad. Don't stand in it. Oh, they're all bad. Away with your Naga. Head towards the direction of it. Nope, it's an easy mine. Absolutely not. I'm not doing that in here. No, 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 no. Still a time limit on this, so we need to be moving somewhat rapidly. Seems as though the one in Ashkahet, it's a Black Empire one that spawned a load of these big faceless things. It was like a giant herd of people doing that memory. I assume because the spawn rate had everything really close together. Maybe it was just considered the fastest one to do when it was up. Bubbles! Oh! Sure, I'll pop some bubble. I'm getting a bit of memory in each. Oh, there's Azerite in each of them. Very silly game. Oh, not in each of them. In some of them. And there's a rare down there.
It's too far away.
You surface dwellers are no match for the might of the Naga.
There's the Naga. Not knowing we have defeated so many. I expect to see them in midnight. They'll be back. Queen Najara will be back. It'll be fun to see. Where did the beam come from? You know, there's a lot of interesting little story beats. I could get thrown into Quell for Last, but I think they run the risk of going really constantly nostalgic with it. We'll have to wait and see. Sure, just shoot laser beams at me, Azeroth. I'm only trying to help you.
It's too far away.
It's Ankoan. What's the difference between Ankoan and Jinyu? Is it their ancestors? Is it different species altogether? I'm not 100% sure. I think the main thing people will be excited about is the ability to fly in Quel'Thanas, the old Blood Elf zones. I assume that means they'd get a reworked starting experience, right? They'd kind of have to at that point. No rage, thank you. Ow. Unnecessary being damage. Big bubble just to grab some of these. Don't have long left. the other kind of plot beats there. We've got Lor'themar and the Blood Elves. We've got the Nightborn, which will come over. Oh, what's her name? Clarissa? No, the Nightborn lady who is now married to Lor'themar, and they kind of lead their society. So they're almost coming as a package now. Oh, there we go. We got 260 Valor and 133 copper keys. Got that. There we go. A good number of those. Alright. We'll have to go through to Ashgahet, and then we have different elves to do. You stay open, Nightfall Sanctum. 19 hours left, mate. Good, good, good. I like that one. Let's get down to Ashgahet first. Just to activate the packs there. And get the cash from the Weaver as well. Rather get them out of the way. Get poisoned by this. Gross. Gross old god ore. Yeah, we have the Blood Elves, we have the Nightborn, we have the High Elves, we have the Void Elves. Then we have the, obviously we have the Night Elves. I don't think the Haranir have been dove into enough. We know they're kind of the link between trolls and elves in that evolutionary path. It's kind of half troll, half elves, but unless they get a lot more development in coming patches, I don't see them just being hoisted into Midnight. Well, maybe that's why they're in here so early, I suppose. Always difficult trying to remember all the different like elven names for them. Sindorai for the Blood Elves. Eldorai. Was that Void Elves or was that Nightborn? I can't remember. Eldorai's Night Elves. Reldorai's Void Elves? So many. And there's so many different like factions and characters to come back and get involved with all that as well. And obviously Sylvanas will come back to have like a final, maybe redemptive arc, maybe a last stand for her story to come full circle, to die again in Silvermoon defending it, only successfully this time. That seems like a no-brainer. I can't see any crazy twist they could come up with for that. Or one that would be appreciated after everything Sylvanas has been through. Oh, it dropped me another one. Gave me a chunk. This so rarely happens. Oh, despawned because I went for the other one first. Curse you, game. I'd just love to see Lor'themar take centre stage properly. I've always really liked him as a character. He's done a lot of cool stuff. He's been like a really stalwart leader for the Blood Elves through so much. And has lived for such a long time. He is one of the older characters. It just always feels like he gets the short end of the stick. Not as short as Vol'jin, let's be real. The poor bugger. If there was any Horde War Chief who needed to last longer, it was absolutely Vol'jin. Lor'themar, I feel, still has a lot to offer. Maybe that. It's going to be an odd state of things with both factions of elves, or both factions of, i.e. Horde and the Alliance, bringing all the elves together. And the barriers between the factions getting smaller and smaller, mainly for quality of life and gameplay reasons. Like, I want to play the game with my friends.
My memory spans
A lot of folks say, and even now you still can't queue into some content with friends. And that's something that a lot of people really obviously want. Like, why not? And I imagine the main reason why not at the moment is just technical reasons. Blizzard know. They're not foolish. They've done very well responding to the needs of the player base through Dragonflight and beyond. WoW was built with that faction stuff in mind, so I imagine it is not as easy as just undoing a button. You'll see our little spider friend down here. Hello, Fimble. Take me to the treasure so we can fill up this activity. Here we go. Erratic spider movements. It does feel a bit like, though, is the idea of a Horde and Alliance conflict something that could ever come back into the game? That, I think, is a more interesting question than lamenting the loss of it. It's like, how do they bring it back, then? We always have to band together for the crazy extra-dimensional threats. But if we deal with the Void, if we deal with the Titans, and the only thing left to threaten us is ourselves, will we devolve back into just conflict for areas? Somebody try and instigate conflict? If you have someone try and instigate conflict, you run into problem of, oh, we are not at each other's throats for any proper reason. We're just fighting again because somebody else wanted us to. And then eventually that gets resolved, and then we're all friends again. It's a question I'm sure that developers and writers there are just having to constantly be like, what do we do with this? We had when the Horde and Alliance landed here on Khazalgar in the War Within, bits of discussion between Turalian and Geira, the Magar Orcs leader. And they're just having a bit of banter, you know, a bit of back and forth. Just talking smack to each other the whole time. I think there's still a portion of the player base who really wants that fantasy to be reinvigorated, but especially when PvP is not a focus, they're trying to make it more of a focus again, which, as someone who's always loved the PvP of the game, somewhat begrudgingly at the higher levels, but still really enjoyed it. It's just something that's very difficult to have any narrative around, because there's just a huge portion of the player base that's like, we'll never touch PvP, we'll never care for PvP, and that's fine. I think it's probably a much smaller section. I'd be really curious to see numbers. Obviously, the large majority of the folks who play the game a lot more casually these days, especially if they've been playing it for near these 20 years. I got rid of my sneak bug. But obviously, Mythic Dungeons and raiding is still a huge number of players. You know, not inconsequential by any means, and that's why there's been such a focus on Mythic Dungeons as that became a mainstay and an evergreen feature.
Information has always been an exquisite currency.
The solo-rated Battleground Blitz really helps, I think. I've really enjoyed my time with it so far, and I look forward to jumping in on the Evoker to try and earn that elite PvP set. I want to know how doable it is. Then we can see about doing it on other alts. But that's me, you know, turning off chat and not engaging in it with other people, going in solo. Still need to add more battlegrounds and refresh some of the other ones, like seeing Warsong Gulch with its like modern textures and stuff, really nice. The weave rat eyes you curiously. On its leg is a missive detailing the illicit movements. Sareki contraband. Perhaps there's an opportunity to be found here. Sometimes these have done stuff for the Weaver, and sometimes they haven't. Seems a little inconsistent. Oh no, leave them alone! Got you, Plagosh. You were AFK at the wrong time. Come on, you're fine. Maybe they were trying to be captured, I don't know. I could have just foiled some plans. Oi. Oh, they're running away. Never mind. I've just seen it enough times where a player's been AFK somewhere because they had to run and do something, or, you know, you never know what's going on behind the screen. And then you just see them get absolutely booped. fall down dead, and then I always feel a little like, I could have saved them. So whenever I see that opportunity, I can't help myself. It's not the end of the world, obviously. You just run back to your corpse, you respawn, but I always feel like I know how I'd feel on the other end of the screen. Like I had nipped to lose, something was in the oven, a baby was upset and needed looking after. Come back and be like, oh no, I've got to respawn at the... Oh, fine. Turn into spider. Hey look, I'm one of you. Stop marking me for ejection, please. There we go. Well, that gave us 10%. I didn't even realise there was another one. 10 stacks is when we get thrown out. I don't quite remember how it happened in Suramar, but it feels like it happened a lot quicker. The world quest did 20%, and there are 3 more world quests. So if we do 1 more rumour in here, that should cover as many as we need. This is a bit of valor as well. Bit to eavesdrop. Ow! Straight into walls. It's interesting to see, like, the Niffin still around in these zones. I wonder how far they'll push the Nerubians to come back again. The finest silks in my store, and those Sireki wretches take them away like they own the entire bazaar. They probably hold them away to the hollows, collecting dust in the Magister's office. What a waste. I don't think that's much of a rumour, but we'll go and grab the silk. Because they've obviously put a lot of work into the Nerubians and their culture here. And you see them, like, Mr. Sunflower, the psychiatrist Nerubian, goes up to the trading post, which is pretty fun to see. Wild for the denizens of Azeroth. You think there'll be some of the Alliance forces and Horde forces that went to Northrend, like Commander Halford and 7th Legion, I think they were called? Like, suddenly we go over there in the Last Titan, and we bring some Nerubian allies, and they're just like, ah! Why have you done this? We've been fighting them here for years. Well, Nerubian allies in Wrath. Right, there was a section of Nerubians we were on side with. Ooh, maybe we could bring them together and be friends. I will ride your magic carpet and take some Pokemon Snap pictures.
We must not forget to keep an eye on the maddening deeps. Fly over the area to document any new development there.
It's little stuff like that, though, that I'm excited about, like how they tie old and new lore together more. As much as Shadowlands messed up trying to reframe events of the past, not retconning outright saying stuff didn't happen, but just trying to reframe it into something else. I think the idea was fine. I think the execution was horrendous. But there are so many different ways to do it. Like, we look at here, if you've gone around the zone, and I don't think I found all of them, there are little far casters and shade casters in the corners that hold old messages from the old Queen Neferis, and some correspondence with Anubarak, you may remember from Wrath and Warcraft 3. The Nerubian king who Arthur's kind of killed, took over, got rid of their whole empire. That whole thing. And he's here imploring for aid, reaching out like, you must come and help your other Nerubians, we're all going to die if you don't. And she's like, no, because you will all die. I'm not going to go fight the dead in the frozen north and damn my people to what's obviously going to happen to you. And that's not retconning anything, that's just adding additional framing to things that had already happened. I love those opportunities, and I always wished Shadowlands would have done more of that, but they just didn't In a lot of cases where they could have, they didn't. In the cases they did, it was ham-fisted. Even Legion had that. There's this, in the Legion Warrior Order Hall, there's this Arena of Valor, and it's like, oh, you go and you'll fight ancient heroes there, and it just ended up being an arena to either fight other players or, as far as I'm aware, occasionally a Valkyr. But when they announced that feature, I'm like, oh, let me fight heroes from Warcraft's past. Let me fight Broxigar. Or, you know, someone from the much older lore. Get old Garrosh Hellscream in there, not a time version. Like, those opportunities felt wasted to me. Same with the Kyrian one in Shadowlands that said, here's an arena to fight some Ascended Angels. And I did it a few times and went, I don't care about fighting some random Kyrian I have no... Like, the whole vibe of Shadowlands to me should have been, let's go and talk to all of these gone and dead characters. But such is missed opportunities. And to be fair to Shadowlands, it's not like prior expansions have not had those issues themselves. Warlords of Draenor, for example, famously missing like half its content, or maybe a third of its content. The whole city of Shatrath, the middle part of Urel's story. Stuff that just time-wise they were not able to complete. And those are just the troubles of game development that all games, especially MMOs, run into. There's only so much time, there's only so much you can do. And I think looking at War Within, and that focus on that launch story and making it a satisfying start to finish, you know, without waiting for a raid cinematic or anything like that, you got an arc that ended in a satisfying manner, while still leading into things for the future. Given this is kind of the tip of the iceberg for this trilogy of expansions going forward, I mean, we have to see how they stick the landing, obviously. We need to see how the rest of the War Within goes. A little bit of concern that the next big patch, the anniversary patch, might take away from that a little bit, because we're not expecting any story in it, but I think the anniversary patch is going to be massive enough. The number of people wanting to come back just to get that redo of the Paladin Tier 2 Judgment set and the other Tier 2 sets all glorified and HD'd up. There's a funny little events going on. I'm pretty excited to dive into all those and grab all those transmogs. Although, I'm going to tell you a secret. Those watching and those who may in future. I've never really liked the Judgment set. I know! Heresy! Kill him! Get him off the internet! Don't let him stream! Just the colour palette's not for me, you know? And even the purple and black one they did in Burning Crusade, also not for me! Don't get me wrong, the HD version looks real fancy. I've just never been a big fan. Good watch. Subscriber count drops by like 12 people. Like, no, I can't agree with that. I understand why people love it. I just... There are ones that speak to me more. How about that? I'm too big a fan of the white and gold kind of stuff. Bigger shoulder pads. I think which one kind of stands up for me as Paladin. It's like one of the best sets. Vanilla stuff just... You know, I joined the game at the tail end of Vanilla. Like, we were transitioning into Burning Crusade at that point. So I didn't have the affinity a lot of people did back then. Man, these creatures are taking a while. Come here. But nonetheless, the anniversary patch looks like a great deal of fun. We know it's going to be about a couple of months. They want it to be a full patch cycle. They don't want it to be a week or two that then goes away and people have to like FOMO rush, get all these different sets and rewards and all of that jazz. And that's a good thing. I hate that about a lot of video games these days. A lot of modern games and live services. It's like you must be playing all the time. Get in, get it done. Never stop. I feel like WoW has taken a big step back from that. For the betterment of the game. I imagine if all these things I've come in to do today, for example, these weekly caches, if there were less rewarding versions of them that I just had to do daily. You know what I mean? To hit that same goal. Because then it would go from... I play 2 to 4 hours in a morning on stream. Every day would become this massive chore by comparison. Rather than just, I'm doing these ones, grabbing these caches, getting coffee keys so I can keep pushing those delves. Takes me what? We'll do a couple of days of those in the week. And then I can move on to doing other stuff. Leveling alts, trying PvP.
Chose to be pawns for a darker purpose. Their lives are forfeit.
Investigating more stories.
Be lost forever.
That all bodes well. Again, they do have to get through several expansions.
Plowworms require sustenance. Bring it to them. Before they decide you look tasty.
I think it's interesting that both Midnight and Last Titan are reworkings of old zones. So obviously that's still going to be a lot of work. I'm not saying it's not. They just have a stronger starting point. You know, whereas Khazalgar and the War Within, it's like all new, all fresh. A lot to create from its inception. Whereas the other two... I don't know if you've flown around Northrend recently. But it does not hold up as well as it does in one's memory. At least from my experience. I think Icecrown still feels pretty fantastic. A lot of the others, you can just feel how old they were. What was that, like 2008? 2006? 2008, I think. Long ass time ago. And even going back to Mists of Pandaria in the remix, that felt, you could feel its age. I think Pandaria has aged beautifully compared to some expansions. Burning Crusade is a nice. You go back through the portal, you see Hellfire Prince, long and red everywhere. Oh boy. We get there, we got a pet. A little bone chewer. Oh. How very sweet. Alright. That's all junk. Ooh, crafting material. Oh, we need to put stuff in the war bank. We're getting too full up again. Make sure I haven't got anything other than junk in there. That more bind on E. Hey, that's for the war bank. I say for the war bank, but like on the Evoker, we got so much honor doing Battlegrounds as we leveled up. When we hit max level, we just bought a full set of PvP gear and it was fine. For the alts I don't want to do PvP with, I'm sure it'll be useful. Or for an enchanter. Probably be one of the ones that comes up after all the PvP alts I want to do. That was just looking at the different armor sets for what's available on the Elite version. Obviously the limited time seasonal PvP set. The reason I'm not doing it on the Paladin is because I don't need sickly green fell armor. I'm good. Not my jam. For the Evoker, the Druid, and the Mage, though, which are the main three I want to do it for, the Evoker has, like, giant golden glowing Deathwing. I think that's pretty great. I absolutely want it. The Druid has, like, this almost gladiatorial set as it is. But the white and silver and... I want it. Again, mainly the shoulder pads. That's what I'm mostly interested in, is shoulder pads. in most video games. You know, that big outline of your silhouette. And then the mage one is like the old school Wrath of the Lich King Dalaran, specifically in those colours as well. I feel like that's just very nicely done. There's others that are alright, but on a lot of the other ones I'm like, oh, the colours don't speak to me as much as those main three. And the thing about a lot of like the fancier mythic ones, at some point you can be like, in a year, 2 years, 3 years time, I will come back and solo it on mythic just for transmog runs. You know, I'm in no rush. I'm not raiding. I do not need to be worried about missing out on the mythic appearances. The elite PvP sets? Absolutely, though. Right, let's hand this in to the Weaver. Well, not to the Weaver, but to Bobbins! Hello, Bobbin. How are we doing? She is 7 out of 9. Not far off getting her maxed out. Ooh. Rank 15 with the Freds, which unlocked a battle bet. What else can you get me? Oh, a mount. Pardon me. Big spider. I'm not really using my kedge for much right now. We could grab it and buy it, but I'm not bothered by mount collecting in the same way, and I certainly will never ride it. Not for me. No skittering, thank you very much. While we're here, we could make a blacksmithing key for that lockbox we found. I've never found anything interesting in a lockbox. I don't know if over the years and in different expansions people have. Oh, skeleton key. Ah, lockbox. Some gold and a BOE sword that we'll just end up disenchanting. Sure. It'd be nice if, like, again, a random transmog buried in some of those, like, I don't know, pilfered enemies' genes. You know what I mean? Just something. Click on our renowned quartermaster just while we're here. See if there's auto elf. Jump is the oh, it's one of them cute spiders. You'll have seen them on the interwebs over the years. It got the big cute face. Very silly. What I want is this though. I want the transmog. Fancy shoulder pads. Not for the paladin, but we can make that work on other stuff. There's other things. There's other classes. Let's build a spidery warrior set with something like that. Yeah. And the other two are mounts.
May your destiny win.
Less bothered by. I'm just going to grab this ore here just because I saw it and I need it. Give. Oh, bonus chunk. Seems to be happening more. I wonder if they hotfixed it so it would happen more. Before it was barely ever happening. Right, and then I think... time we on? We got time. I think what we'll do... I'm going to have a quick bio break, and then we'll come back, we'll follow a delve the rookery, think pick one of the other factions rep to start catching them up. Who's lower? Dornagor's probably the lowest, so we'll do that. And then after that, we'll do the 4 bountiful delves of the day, which is the Underkeep, Nightfall Sanctum, which is probably my favourite, or one of my favourites so far. The Waterworks, which less so, and Fungal Folly, the least so, because goddamn mushroom people. But yeah, we'll do the 4 of them as well afterwards. It's just for visual's sake. There it is. I'll set that as favourite just so I don't have to check every time. We pop this down. I think this was somewhere in the Emerald Dream. Can't quite remember. There we go. Just bob it in the chat. Tappity, tappity, tap, tap. There we go. Alright, folks. I'm back as quick as I can. See you soon. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. Let me just pull my chair in. Get the headset back on. Ooh. Go on, Barrow. No rest for the wicked. No peace for the just. Right, that's back in Donegal. So what we do now... Dungeon finder, follow a dungeon, the Rookery. I think I only went into this one once. I heard for hunters there's one of those. I don't know much about this. There's like a series of pets you can tame which are like spirit animals, which are a little more vaulted and more difficult than other pets. I don't know much about it. Just because I've never really invested too much into a hunter in the modern game.
Thank the Titans you are here. The
Oh,
Storm Perch has been
Baelgrim.
breached, and the Storm Riders corrupted.
Almost forgot. Oh, bless him.
Hurry! If we free these storm rooks, we can fly them and try to end this madness.
But there's one of those secret spirit pets, like, that involves finding something out in the world, coming here and taming a specific storm rook. Again, there's plenty of resources out there and websites dedicated to the huge list of hunter pets in the game these days. If you are a hunter, I would have a little Google and have a look. There's all kinds of stuff you can get. There's a couple of really rare pets you can get by doing really specific things. I saw a short at one point about an undead T-Rex from Battle for Azeroth that is only available to be tamed in a specific horde quest because it happens to be in there. Like, you go in, it's one of those quests where you're on like a vehicle of some kind, or you're on a mounted thing. You have to dismount yourself, run around the back and grab one of them. So it's so rare only through the fact it is so very specific and missable. I love stuff like that for hunters.
While you go to the roosts, I will distract them here. We can link up later.
Sure thing, Baelgrim. Over we go. Again, I do like follower mode for letting us get in here, letting us do it without any fuss, not worrying about annoying other players, or that social anxiety that can come with it. Wish I could still see elements of the higher difficulty in terms of mechanics. Obviously they'd have to then have the AI capable of dealing with those. And they couldn't have it award gear because people would lose. You know, they'd flip their lids. But I'd still like to see the challenge and just get a glimpse at what Mythic players have to deal with. I think it'd be fun. You know, even if the AI were nowhere near as reliable as human players, to the point where it would be extremely difficult, or maybe the numbers get tuned down or something like that, I still want to see it. So I would see footage, whether that's the Mythic raids on Race to World First, or just various channels that end up always going through Mythic content. And I had kind of hoped that Delves would give me a taste of that. But we defeated Zekvia last week, and while I enjoyed the fight, it wasn't a Mage Tower level of difficulty. It wasn't crazy. You know what I mean? It wasn't something that really demanded the height of what I can do, at least on the Paladin. Again, there's always that caveat. I know I'm wearing plate. I know I've got self-heals and defensives that other classes don't have access to. But I have to always keep that in mind when I'm trying to consider feedback or criticism. Still, I want to be pushed a little more as a solo player. And I think part of that problem Blizzard to design around, and we saw it with how Delves were. Now, we didn't see much of this just because of how I play the game. But a lot of folks who were running into Delves to try and gear up before the first proper week of raids and knowing it was a really good source for gear were really annoyed because it needed a lot of different balance tuning. Going in solo versus groups was all over the place. Bran has been varying levels of useless for people. Seems it's in a better spot now. But people were able to get in and get up to tier 8 in that first week, and then suddenly overnight they were unable to complete what they'd done the night before. And that left this huge air of frustration. And I think, obviously, things being balanced and sorted out in a way where there isn't that juxtaposition that's annoying people. I think that's a different issue to the expectation that you should be able to gear up and clear these things super fast. Delves are meant to be like a pillar of endgame in the same vein as Mythic Dungeons, Mythic Raiding, your PvP season. But there's this element of the player base that wants everything done super quick, get fully geared up really quick, get into the dungeons and the raids and everything. This constant speed race, which I feel is just, I don't know, it kind of goes against the spirit of what an MMO is. I understand it for like if you're really rushing to race to world first raiding, that kind of thing. But I think a disproportionate amount of the player base cop onto that in a way that really hampers Blizzard's ability to design long-form content. And that's not a problem that Blizzard can just solve by putting out more long-form content, because you get folks who are just like, I want it to be done now, I want these things to be cleared now, I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time. There's a balance to be found there. Especially with Delves, I'm really curious what lessons they'll take away from this first iteration. Obviously there's a new evergreen feature as well, it's something they can keep coming back to. Something they can work on. Me, I'd be, if we'd have gone through the first week and only gotten to, I don't know, tier 6, something like that, and we were hitting walls of just, oh, we don't have the gear, and also the mechanics in here are pushing me in a way that gear would help. That isn't just enemy hit me harder, enemy have more health. I don't think that's just a WoW problem though, I think that's video games and difficulty in general. We see it with fighting games and strategy games. At some level you just make the AI cheat, and that's the difficulty, and that always feels annoying. It'd be nice to see you one day again in WoW. Well, I know like the Mage Tower is still up, or they brought it back. I never went back to investigate. I got the Paladin ones at the time, maybe a couple of others. Or maybe in the downtime between the patch cycles, because at some point we're going to clear the delves up through all the difficulties, or as best we can. Maybe Zekfir on the higher difficulty has more mechanics. That would be the hope, right? That it's a more challenging fight, not just due to numbers. And I know there are people who've already beaten him on that higher difficulty. We saw someone in the battleground with the shadowy dirigible little ship you could get from doing so. There's still very much a place for WoW to meet out that challenge for the more solo-based player. I use the word casual a lot for a solo player, but that doesn't necessarily mean that. That's just an unfortunate association that the player base has built up over the years. Like, you know, I'm playing the game every day on stream. Is that casual? Probably not. Is casual the person who can only put 2 to 4 hours in over the course of a whole week? More likely. I think it would be helpful if Blizzard actually shared a little bit more of that data. And just let the player base see. And you see it with games like Baldur's Gate 3, and whenever a game does well, they tend to release an infographic of like, oh, here's what X number of players did, here's how they were playing, here's how they engaged with the content, here's how many people petted the animal. You know what I mean? I think they did one of those for Dragonflight, but it's a more consistent understanding of what the player base is actually doing. I think that illumination would help the player base in terms of understanding where we're at as a game and as a community. Two-handed mace. I'll take the transmog. Obviously, again, there'll be no gear upgrades in here. We're just doing it for the quest. Still don't quite understand the Scarred Inn as like the void-infected dwarves.
I do not like that it feels dark.
I've learned since like that has happened before, but I can't remember
But
the
there are more survivors to rescue. The lift
specifics
is
of
out.
how
If we
and
want
why
to
that
keep
was different
going,
from the Curse of
we will have
Flesh,
to go down
how it
the
was suddenly
Sword
able to be
Rider
done
way.
on Irvin, but
Follow
wasn't
me.
able to be done on Old Dwarves.
What is that?
All the more reason
What
for a
did
library
Gordon
within the
bring
game for all our
here?
different old books.
We
Maybe just a
have
place to
take it
read lore. I'm not saying they copy and paste the like a WoW wiki into the game, but I certainly think there should be an in-game resource where people who want to spend that time can go and read up on the story. But at the moment, there's no really feasible way to do that in the game. Again, that's not a unique problem to WoW. A lot of games struggle with their overarching story and lore, and getting it in their hands of the majority of the player base. Especially those who then don't have the time to watch hours and hours of video essays on YouTube. Which I used to do all the time, and then you get invested, then you start buying the books, and then you start reading them all, and it's, I'm in it. I'm really invested, and I'm really enjoying the world and the story. I just wish it fed back in a little more.
I'm out of range.
Put some lightning at them. Keep pooping. Now we're gear level like 607. Follower dungeon went from sometimes we're in danger to we are perfectly fine. I think my biggest hope would be, even without considering the extra challenge and difficulty and seeing more mechanics, I feel like the story mode thing, while it ticks that box in let people see the cinematic at the end of the story without having to wait for a YouTube video or seeing it spoiled days ahead of time, that was the net win. I just wish it was the whole raid. Just to see all the bosses. Even again, if the difficulty's not really a thing. Some light use of the mechanics and actually seeing more of the location. A lot of devs spent loads of time building, modelling, figuring out these raids and dungeons. Get more people to go in, have a look, appreciate the work. I imagine it would help a lot of your lore YouTubers too, to be able to go in and make content without having to get a raid group up and formed. I'm sure they have such things set up these days, so it's not an issue, but would be nice. Big angry monster. Transformed Earthen, very sad. Put them out to their misery. Look, the AI can do some of these mechanics. I know raids obviously have a lot more, that get a lot more intense, and some are much more troublesome than others. I imagine that'd be a nightmare to get the AI to code, but there was like the stuff that happened in Battle for Azeroth with the island expeditions where you could have an opposing faction come in and they had new tech for them, and they did it in one of the battleground blitzes, like the ones they do And rotate each week, has like a really hard comp stomp one, which I don't think I ever got around to trying. That shows what the AI can kind of do. I believe rogues or hunters in there BM'd you and started like emoting at you or something, I heard as well. What is the one this week? South Shore versus Torin Mill. We'll absolutely be having a look at that on the Evoker. Oh, sorry, Widow. Didn't mean to disturb. Alright. With those two done then, we do the 4 delves for the day. Let's get to Underkeep. And tomorrow we'll do the same again. Hit those other delves. Use our coffer keys. See if we can push into tier 9. We cleared 1 tier 9 the other day and we bought... Thank you to Mac in the chat for the suggestion the other week of buying water breathing potions. Because my god, those underwater ones. Not a fun aspect of it. Like, and if they knew people were going to go and buy underwater potions at that point, why bother having the breath bar in there at all? You know what I mean? Alright. Oh, we can try a tier 10 because we've cleared a tier 9. Is it worth wasting? Okay, how many copper keys do we have? 11. That's quite a lot, actually. Do you know what? Let's try a tier 10. Let's see, how far does it go? Tier 11. Let's have a look. Hey, Bran. Let's double check what you got on. Repair our stuff. Let's sell our junk. Open up that spider cache. Sell that hammer. Okay. Need to make sure you've got on... Yeah, that one's only rank 1 out of 4, but that's probably the best one there. The others I just didn't see much use of. Comparatively to just having potentially HP and damage buff. Or that little bit of haste. RNG doesn't see him as useful. Speed out of combat. Bit of haste going in, but then it falls off. Reducing maximum health seems extremely foolish. And this undead one where you die and come back to life but then can't heal feels a bit silly on the paladin. Right. We need to be CCing mobs. We need to be taking our time. How are these buffed? It's not shut up. There it is. On death, releases spiderlings. Okay. Oh wait, hang on. We do that. Let's eat something. We don't have... The party one's the one that goes through death, right? So we eat this and we should be fine. Now we've been gathering meat over the course of things with our ult. Should have enough to make some food, but again, this is just our first look at a tier 10. Done one, pull the other. Grab Brand's healing potions. Mitigate that dot. There's the spiderlings. Ooh. Oh, every hit is poison. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. Don't like it. 9 stacks of it. I need to read what that's doing. Give me a moment, would you spot? Oh, it's on Bran. Yeah, it's just nature damage every couple of seconds. Oh dear, Bran. There you go. Right, come here. Grab his potions. Release the T-Rex. done it so it can't put the dot on us. Oh, there's the dot. Okay. The spiderlings. At what point should I be dispelling the star? Obviously it's on an 8-second cooldown. Trying to watch and judge the tick. And it looks like we'll actually have to worry about healing Bran in tier 10 now. Tier 7. Looks a chunk. You as well. Come here. Might as well do our spider ascension. Glad he's put his campfire down. Means we can get some of that delicious Gouda. Oh, hang on. Where did that damage come from? Is that just an auto hit? You are very tanky, Marauder. If we pull one of these with somewhere else, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, I think tier 10 might be, if nothing else, an effort in. This is going to just take a while. I think the others we do today, we do at tier 9 or even tier 8 just to get them out of the way. As we know, going beyond tier 8 doesn't actually do anything in terms of getting gear or any upgrades. Where's that Gouda? There we go. 5% strength certainly helps. Okay. Those are the Fredmancers. We need to stun one of those because the web bolts are nasty. Line of sight it. Dear. Oh, his emergency thing kicked in. On 2 mobs? That's worrying. Definitely need to be way more on his potions and just grabbing them immediately. Same again here. Fredmancer, Slasher. We've done a Fredmancer. Pull them, get out of line of sight so they get behind a little bit. Oh, and we didn't get the melee. Oh no, we did. It's behind me. There we go. Grab more potions. Start booping the next one. Missed time, you're interrupt. We can't be doing that. Fine when it's just one of them by themselves, but my goodness. Really chonking us down. And it's just spam. I thought they reduced the spam. They ramped it up on the higher difficulties, so it just goes and goes. Alright, we need to rescue a load of prisoners. Okay. Big. I don't think big should be too much of an issue. Barb's cast time I figured would be really ramped up, but that's not the case. The swarm, however, fine. Stay under his nose. Find the barbs. healing. Dodge the swarm. Oh boy. Oh, he's got that web thing in the middle, which means he'll yonk us over. Gonna Fredmancer, grab the other, come over here. Through the wall, cheeky beggar. Okay. Yeah, good stuff, Brent. Gotta keep ourselves topped up as well, because otherwise we just drop very quickly. Don't you run to allies, don't you run to allies. Stop, stop, stop! Finish him, Bran! Shoot him! Oh. Trying to get this person out of the ice, which is not happening right now. Oh, there it is. Thank you, ice block. That seems unnecessary. You don't have to ramp up how much health the ice block has. Damage taken increased by 75%, Zekfia. That's nasty. Oh, that's one of the rare mini-boss things. I've heard stories about that one. We've only ever fought the big poison spider, so I haven't been able to speak to others. Come here, Marauder. Clear the room one at a time. Those two might be the death of this run. Having not fought them before either. We will see. Oh, Blessing of Freedom does not work. That's upsetting. Oh, that 75% damage increase taken. I should have saved my stun for that. That's whenever those webs pull us. Here. So don't get near them. Okay. Who's the other one? You. So it's that one. Pull you over. Don't web blast. Ah. Oh, ow, ow. It was a triple.
Oh, Bran's got your back.
Yeah, cheers, Bran. What are you doing? Come out of the middle of the room. Come follow me over here. Stop casting that up. Stop it. Okay, okay, here she comes. Stunned. Stay stunned. We ascend. Oh, Bran got the interrupt. Damn it, Bran, I wasted mine. Okay, now we have to be super careful. We're taking more damage. Where's your orb? Your little orb's there on the T-Rex. Okay. Good stuff, Bran, with that interrupt. And I didn't waste mine. Grab his potions. Sorted. Right. Grab Mancers. Stun one, get the other. Okay. Ooh, mistakes were made. Okay, come over here, you. Stop doing that. Come out range of the other one. Right, we're fine. Barely. Unease is setting in. The need to pay attention. There's a joy to it as well. I think that joy might be overcast by... Right, we've not fought this mini-boss before, so... Can we stun one? Put me here then. Healing absorbed. Alright. No grasping darkness. Ooh, that's a fancy move. More damage over time. Or healing absorb rather. Very quickly get through that. That's one. Send for this one then. Well, you're the one who's web blasting then. Thank goodness we did you first. Absolutely stun it. We'll dispel that. Potions real quick. Oh, got him. That wasn't too bad. I heard horrible things about that. I suppose if you don't have a crowd control, you're probably in a lot of bother there. Now, Drakfear, for example, Sleepwalk is not that long of a crowd control option. Oh man, that first room took time. Tier 10 beard, no laughing matter. Only 3 lives as well. We need to finish it with at least 1 life in order to bump up to the next tier. How many enemies can we avoid now? Turn that off. Turn that off. We can kill this big one, no problem, but we can avoid fighting. That's probably wise. Let's get this little puzzle treasure. Yep. And then you over there. You swap up there. You swap with you. Done. Give me a ting. Reno's backpack. Bran, don't stand in the poison. Come on now. Okay, almost halfway there. Big that way. 3 over here. Slasher, Fred and Fred. Erupts on death. Okay. Stun one. Pull another around the corner. So it can't shoot its webs at us. Stop. Okay, there we go. Mitigate the damage over time from the Jagged Slash. Get him down. Oh, that's the eruption. Oh, and that's run me into the other one. Oh. On the other difficulty, I don't remember that explosion being that big. Okay. Grab the third one. Don't let it web bolt the scumbag. So much damage. We don't have to horsey dash out of there. We can walk out of it and be fine.
Inquiring minds just got
Any of
to
that.
know.
There's one Zekfir group left. The mini-boss out of the way. Assuming on this difficulty they don't do 2 mini-bosses? Which you'd hope not. Bonus life. This is going to be troublesome. Stun you, and then we need to pull you and run. Come chase me. Cannot fight a big one as well as a few of you. At least not with it being too messy. See, even that intro there, like, ow. Nope. Hit your heal more. Ground where your potion's at. Oh, you trucked them down the stairs. And then they despawned. Alright, because when I ran away, it started combat and he already threw them. I mean, I appreciate it, Bran. Right, we need to pull you over before the big one comes back into place. So get close, interrupt, move in this way. Come on. No web bolting, thank you.
Come here and recover some of your knowledge.
That's very kind of you, Bran. Absolutely do with more Gouda. And you're being buffed by Zekfir, so you are the last big pack. But as usual, your buff is invisible. For some reason. And that Web Marauder is with a Redmancer and a Slasher. We absolutely have to repentance that one. Right, we've got our Gouda buff. Let's get this big fella out of the way. It's not showing us the buff, so we can only hope it's not something too crazy. Almost walked back into the barbs. Okay, here goes the swarm. And they spawn from the middle, then go outward, then the middle's safe. Ow? Why?
It's too far away.
Those little jumps in damage I don't quite appreciate. We went from full health to just... Sorted. And the last set of prisoners are all these on here. Oh, the Marauder moves off. Okay.
I'm out of range.
And have to be super careful about that. Mitigate the slash. Curious to know how everyone else is finding Dells. How high you're pushing? Is it proving horrendous on some classes? Like, where are you at with it? Whether that's folks live or people wanting to leave comments down the line. Be really curious to get more folks' opinions on the matter. And Marauder's coming back this way. Hang on, Bran. Redmancer looking. He needs re-upping. There we go. Grab those potions. Don't stand there! No! I wanted the other potion, Bran. I'm sorry. And I still missed it. First in army you've got. More healing potions. Okay. Right, let's get this Fredmancer dealt with. Teetering on the brink. Living life on the edge. Good for you, Fredmancer. Okay. Wrap up the ice blocks. Pardon me.
It's too far away.
That's my intent, Dip. Making them pay. Oh, there's one more prisoner over there. Okay. Oh, okay. 3 of them that close. Need to fight this Guardian.
It's still
The Swarm Pass. Got to be careful in stairs. The way WoW hitboxes work, sometimes the stairs can really do you in. I think especially for the next tier, there may be some talent considerations and changes to be made. I think how I run things at the moment, we're doing alright. But without any major gear upgrades, certainly have to consider a few things. Let's see. Fredmancer, Stabber, Fredmancer. Same again then. It's done 1. Pull the Fredmancer, see if the other follows, and then run. There's line of sight. Damage over time. Mitigate to the best of our ability. Sorted. One more then. Thank you, Bran.
It's too far away.
And there we go. Right. Now. Fancy room. And in this room, many crystals shooting things about that we're going to have to be dodging, avoiding. This might be the boss that drops stuff on the floor as well, so if the fight's going to last longer, we need to kite more and use more of the surface of the room. Or it's the one that pens us in? I cannot quite recall. Still got some Gouda going. Alright, Bran. Get him done. Okay, it's that one. Bran's healing because my goodness. Okay. So we're gonna have problems on the floor. Avoid the poison blotches. Keep grabbing Bran's potions. On this difficulty, are the Ren Void things going to stick around longer? Bran, don't get stuck in the corners, Bran. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Back to it. Emergency potion there. Get out of it. Couldn't interrupt, it wasn't close enough. Okay, the void stuff does disappear. Come on, T-Rex, come out. Brand's in some bother though. Gotta make sure to keep him topped up. Okay, it's more than doable. We just have to not ruin our chances. Don't understand why Brand's suddenly tanking, but sure. Okay. That one. Keep Eternal Light going. Interrupt those webs. Get out of the pit. Void circle. Can ascend again. Oh, not in that. Interrupt the webs. Keep moving around. More potions. Eternal Flame is still burning. Don't risk it now. Don't get too greedy with the damage. Oh. Give me potions, Brant. My mana is starting to look low. Hey! Still only 150 Delver's Journey points. That hasn't gone up at all from the tier 8 one, which is a shame.
Come here and recover some of your
Oh, we did it, Bran. That's a tier 10. I don't fancy doing another one right now. Knock the others to tier 8 and have an easier time. Grabber's gold. Grab our booty. Ooh. Bring the key to Elise. We get 3k. But why is it red? Is it capped each week? I did not know it was capped. Hang on. Oh, in here. In here. It must be capped then. So we shouldn't hand that into Elise?
Loads of forgotten knowledge.
That feels dumb. Same axe we had before. Yep, same stats and everything. A shame. It looks like a weekly one as well. Yeah, so we can't save it till next week anyway, which is a shame. But again, that feels like a waste of 3k. Maybe this is a way to keep caught up. And we don't know how much of that 3k. We might have 2,900 of it left, and 100 would take us over. So I don't know. But given it's repeatable, and that means it will be gone at the end of the week, we have to hand it in. Let us leave then, Brant. Aye, that we are. Oh, my goodness. Right, we'll do the other 3 on tier 8 because, my gods. It was doable. Damn sure. guess we don't get that achievement unless we just let Bran fall. There are still variants we haven't seen in some of the other delves. Quite a few, actually. But again, as we learnt on our alt the other day, the quest you get from going into a delve and doing it once per character is a very good chunk of XP. So that will be very much worth doing. A lot of these achievements are just do them a lot. Seeker of Loot title. Very silly. Oh, we ran out of vigor because I wasn't paying attention. Oh, that ore turned into a monster. That's what happened. You mine it first, Torin, then I should be able to... Yeah, very good. Into the stream. These are a nice little quality of life thing. Imagine if they didn't have these. Just be stuck and flummoxed. Alright, let's make our way to Nightfall Sanctum. I do like this one a lot, just the design of it overall. The individual stories aside, I like the look and vibe of it. So what the tier recommendation for a tier 11 is. Oh, it doesn't. It just says unfathomable challenge. Maybe we have a glance at that tomorrow. Maybe we have a look then. But at the moment, we knock it down to tier 8. So we can get these next 3 done. The Order of the Night is using this cavern to perform dark rituals. I'm betting destroying these Darkfire Braziers will put an end to their nefarious plans. That seems reasonable to me, Bran. Nasty shades. Oh, goddammit, I forgot about that. We step in the circles, we get shot at a lot. Again, just because we cleared a tier 9 and a tier 10 doesn't mean we take these completely lying down. We still have to pay attention. I like that the Bombardier's whispering to us, "You won't live to see Renelash." I'm like, we will. We always do. The world is always on horizon for Azerothian heroes. Brazier. Strange disturbance over there. Can I thread the needle between these two? No. Because last time I remember doing this one, yeah, Reno and that are on there. So you have to drop down to them. I don't. Don't bring his mate. Don't bring his mate. Or his mate. Problem. Thank you, Bran. What we're saying about taking them seriously even if they're not the highest level ones? What did I just say? It's fine. Don't whiff the jump now. Reno Jackson.
Commander.
That's fine. Nothing like a good spar between friends. Nearly Finley, nearly surrender. There he goes. There you go. Thank you for your backpack. Another little treasure in this rope. Very good. Yoink.
That's more like it.
Alright, and then there's a couple of those braziers in places we missed. Stun that fella. Grab these two. Absolutely do that thing first. Anything that shoots death bolt at you should probably be dealt with first. No blessings for you, friend. I won't have it. Tanky slain. Bran, you stand in the purple for. At least it doesn't start shooting Bran when he goes in it. Like, it doesn't trigger all the mechanics, so I can appreciate that. You an elite one or a Lidley one? You're a Lidley one. Oh no, whatever you're doing, nope. That's the potions. Didn't need that. Didn't need that. Bran got us back up. What a waste. I didn't realise there was 4 of them. It just looked like 3. Okay. One of those, and then there's one more. God damn it. No stabbing, thank you. And sorted. How many more of these? 7. Keep them locked down. No issue. Keep yourselves topped up. I see. Sometimes the damage just kind of worked. I know, it's just surprising sometimes how it chonks its way out. In an inconsistent manner. Probably the better word for it. Yep, we boot that one. A few more. Nothing under that. Grab that needle. 1, 2, 3. That should be alright. An explosion, thank you. Far off. A bit of fish. We could do a bit of fishing, Bran. We haven't done any fishing in a bit. Oh, there were 3 of them. Oh, Bran. He interrupted it for me. Come on. There you go. There you go, Reno Stunt. Alright, let's grab that fish then while we're here, Bran. Take a breather, swig of beverage. I have not been swigging my beverage enough. I can feel my throat trying to leave my body. Catch of the day. Did he just take the whole fishing spot with that? We'll catch a bit of junk then. Oh no, we still got one. I'll take it. Okay, 3 over there. No, 4 over there. 2 on this side. Don't you pull the rest of them, Bran. I nearly did then, but I hit tab too many times. Just do the 3. Get beamed. And the last one. Come over here. Oh, he's a shoot man. This seems fine. They recede. There we go. Feel much more dangerous on the tier 10. Absolutely. I'm glad to have gotten one done though. Cannot stun the shade, so do this. Grab the shade. Don't death bolt, please. Thank you. At least it till it got got this way. Yep, cheers, Bran. Again, that sudden spike. Keep ourselves topped off. Oh, it's because he got that blessing. Not a big issue when he's by himself. No more blessing for you.
Come here and recover some of your...
Oh, thank you, Bran. We'll take some of that Gouda. We'll take the strength buff. If they wanted to get rid of the strange RNG element that happens with this campfire, they should either just put it on a button over here, or put it on a button over here and limit your uses of it. If they didn't want it to be a constant thing. Get rid of that shade, because when we complete the boss, we'll just fall on it. Might as well get it out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mean. Very mean game. Don't parry it first. Come over here. Of course it's going to do it like that. Right, right. What? I fell through a crack in the staircase. Well, at least that should line of sight a few of them down. You need to be stunned. Ow, ow, ow. Bran had to emergency us there. That's grim. There's the potions. Little bit spicy. Okay. Sure we're not standing in the bad stuff. Okay, there we go. One here, curiosity over there. One more than the boss, and that's all well and good.
Goodbye. Let's see. Fantastic.
Oh, you found some boxes, Bran. Excellent stuff. Another buff. I'll take it. Okay, we just need the one more. Are all the Zekfia buffs up here? They are. That's just silly, game. That's just silly. Come over here then. Oh, don't shadow bolt me from over there. There we go. Right. The big fella. Damage done increased, maximum health reduced. He's not too bad as far as these things go. I wondered where all of these things were from Zekfia. Just all at the end. I don't know if that's good RNG or bad RNG for my part. Oh, damn. Potion. Glad I did some of that mitigation. Okay. Are you buffed by him, man? There isn't another beam going that way, it's just you three. With a mystery buff. Unless the buff for these ones is, oh, I'm going to do this web thing where you're going to take loads more damage. Bubble, just in case. I don't like the big web one. No sneakies hidden up there, we're all clear. Alright. To the boss then.
Take a wee rest.
Why would you put it up there, Bran? Alright, speaker. Let's get going. Come on, Bran.
Renelash beckons. You and the lamplighters cannot stop it.
I think not. When will Renelash happen? Is that midnight and attacking the Sunwell? Is it something else? Seems unclear at the moment. Is it something with your strange light emperor one day? dare he cover a potion in that bottom. There we go. Mine. Don't stand in it, Bran. He just chose to aim that to the side. Yeah, there's a decent amount happening. But judging by the other boss, the tier 10 didn't add any new mechanics. Didn't make them loads faster, it was more just numbers again, which... I mean, we'll see if the tier 11 does anything fancy, but... At the moment, and again, it's the first iteration of Delves. It's the first time it's come out to the player base as a whole. Outside of testing. And they've many expansions ahead, to reiterate. Or to iterate, rather, not reiterate. Right, get his chests. More Valor Stones. I got coin. Not much coin, Bran, compared to the room. Hey, and that's machine speakers to 15. How's this ring looking? Not as good. We can sell it, that's fine. That fish up here. Alright, there ain't anything hidden around the back. No, we're good to go, Bran. Right, 2 more. One of those will be our pinnacle quest. And the Call to Delves we can finish doing some more tomorrow. Depending on how many upgrades we can get at the Drakfir gear upgrade vendors, it might make tier 11 attemptable. Like again, tier 10 was tricky and required patience and time, but wasn't impossible, and we didn't lose a life. One's in the Ring of Deeps, the waterworks. Right, right. We can make our way by Gundred Gaz and hand in our snuffling quest. And the stingray on the ceiling. Absolutely no vigor. Sadness. I feel like for whatever reason it was easier to keep track when I was riding a dragon. And the wings had that kind of blue glow underneath. It's harder for me to notice on the horse. I do miss my dragon sometimes. I know we can just swap them over. Right, let's hand this in. Norballs. Where you hiding all that transmog? Norballs. We saw it on day 1. It's gone. I'll never shut up about it. Bring it back. Norballs. Crests and a ring we don't need. How many of these can we concentrate? Oh, nope, the bugs happened again. Good job we filled it in earlier. Now it's beyond the page. Very silly bug indeed. Right, let's head to the waterworks. Mix the wig of his beverage. Huh? Oopsie daisy.
That device keeps us safe from the poison. Hold on to it.
I know, Brant. Alright, Foreman, we're going for it. Okay, this one is just rescuing workers, so we don't have to clear out entire rooms. Easier to drop the totem and move around. To thank the chat again for the hints and ideas. Make me less garbage. Right, get up. Come on, Brad.
That device keeps us safe from the poison.
I know, Brad.
Hold on to it. Careful. Totem's power will drain whenever you take a step.
Mine the candle turrets. Which, I don't know how that technology works. It doesn't look like there's an elemental living inside, but Kobolds have figured something out about candles. No, Bran, but you've dropped your candles. Not candles. You've dropped his healing potions underneath the constantly burning candles. Oh my god. That expression. This big Cobalt's face as it fires off that candle blast. Like a Disney villain grin. See? I'm burning the world. Bless. Alright, what have you all got on you? Attempts to ascend. That one's doable. They just stop then. Oh, the one around there didn't even bother joining the fight. Grab it a potion. Dot's still a problem. Again, we haven't actually seen one ascend, so I don't know what the outcome of that is. I would assume a full heal and a new form with more damage. Otherwise, what would be the point? Alright, next room. A rare. Don't need to fight yous. Curiosity over there. Drop that. Run and grab it for a bit of Bran XP.
Nice fight.
You're welcome. I have a worker in the center. Hello. Dinosaur involved. Ow. Navigate the duck.
Praise the machine.
Yep, praise the machine. Get yourself out of here. What a fish, Bran. He's just clearing the fishing pool himself, but fair enough. Ooh, some bismuth. Wants it. Health got a little spicy for a moment. Thank you, Brand's potions. Ow, ow. So far away. You pulled all those bats. That wasn't nice. Downright devious. But dealt with. That all. Freshly my... Do you just take the ore now, Bran? Rather than us both getting it? Is that like a hotfix they did? It certainly didn't function like that before. Kinda liked mining with Bran. Fishing with Bran. Morning, Kynan. How are you doing this time zone, bub? You doing alright? Why, he's just taking the whole thing now. Shame, Bran. Shame. There's that nasty mushroom bugger over there. He's out of the way. Top tough. Just missed us clear out a tier 10 delve. We've dropped it back down to 8 just to clear a few out for the day. The tier 10 one was required a lot of patience, a lot of crowd control, but we got through it. I'd struggle to think what classes would do so with the gear level I'm at, given we're in plate and have off healing and defensive specs. But I'm glad to have gotten through it. We've got one more difficulty of delves to clear now. I think with a few gear upgrades, should be doable. We might investigate it tomorrow and just see just how perilous it is at tier 11. Alright, let's kill this mushroom. Wake up, you. This thing has that nasty AoE explosion, which almost one-shot me before. I think we should be alright. Unless our max health goes down. Stay in here. Oh yeah, that's doing way less damage than it would have thought. That's fine. Not even a worry. I wonder if it got nerfed as well, or if that's just the gear discrepancy at that point. Right, how's about you, bub? You made yourself any more time for WoW yet, or has it just been busy, busy, busy? Out. See, and suddenly that time it did like triple the damage. And it's spawning little ones. Goodbye, plant. Give us that double jump.
Nice fight.
Bit less of a double jump and more of a jump and a dive forwards. Right. 2 more workers to get. Silly mushroom. Let's not die to the turret. There we go. Ah, well, good on you getting through the work stuff. Keeping yourself busy. Hope you enjoy. Again, don't feel like you have to rush yourself. The expansion's not going anywhere. Stay asleep, tiny cobalt. Now, slid across the floor to wake up and stop us. Damage over time ability, still a nasty bugger. There we go. I do recommend, as you're leveling and going through the zones, by the way, doing each delve as you come across them. Like, you'll have some either story quests that lead you to them, or side quests that lead you to them, and then when you get inside a delve, it'll have a quest for you as well. And those give a decent chunk of XP. Oh, it's bugged again. Look.
That device keeps us safe from the poison.
Tech feels like trying to buff something that doesn't exist. Oh no, it's shot over there. Last time we were here, it shot through the floor. So it had just bugged out, but I'll take this. What are you making him do? Cannot be interrupted. 100% more stun time. Nice. Bring him over. Stun him. The thing we're watching out for is the candle wave. Oh, can't interrupt the battle cry. Oh no, making the cast quicker, making the damage higher. Mistakes were made. Completely forgot. But luckily, I stun him again. A moment of panic, realising how the mechanics work together, but we're fine. That little torch thing. Running out of power.
The totem's power will drain whenever you take a step.
I know, we can drop it here. Over here, can you stand in this little thing, would you? Dealt with. Shield's been taken down. Mitigate the damage over time. Just threw a beer can at him. Oh wait. Be free, worker. One more in the room ahead. Take you and move on. Whack that thwacker.
That's treasure close by.
Is there no Bran? In the room ahead. Alright. You see another bat. Respawn point unlocked. Last worker and a spot of treasure. I see it. It's a bucket. Wouldn't go so far as to say it's treasure brand, but you know, each to their own. One man's treasure and all that. Lovely.
Nice find.
It's the stunning lightning one, which will not be any use for the final boss as we cannot stun them, but nonetheless. Right, go fight him. Big old kobold again. Oh, wax face. Kind of wish they had just, I don't know, given him a wax face. He just looks like one of the other brutes, but slightly differently coloured. Ooh, almost the wrong time to ascend. We save our mitigation for the flame wave. Oh, as if. Didn't think I'd still be in it. But I was fine. Okay, there it is. Mitigate that. Grab Brand's healing potions. That should be fine. Oh, move him to this back corner. So next time he casts it, yep. Then this corner. There it is again. Healed, grab the whack. Not wax, healing potion. Okay, mind the gas. Release the T-Rex. Top off through it. Simple enough. Got him done. Got a little bit more damage. He rotates to burn away a little quickly after doing one single poison thing, but I'm sure filling the room with it would be more dangerous anyway. wake and his boop and his hammer. Sorted.
Nothing old Bran can get through.
Hang on, Bram, we missed one.
Fantastic.
Fish, Bran. Fine, it's my fish. You had the last one. This is my fish, Bran. Mine. I mean, I know he gave us it anyway, but still. Oh, that didn't knock out the pool. Maybe when Bran does it, it just takes out the pool. Weird. Very weird. Oh, still think fishing needs to give XP when you're leveling. Otherwise, I'm just not encouraged to do it on an alt. Which is a shame. I do like fishing. It's in WoW. I am yet to try in real life. I'm curious. I know it requires a lot more patience.
Nice find.
Clearly. And setup. And knowledge. Lovely. Ooh, hello. Warband dagger. Nothing too snazzy, but we'll have that for the bank. Deployed battle supplies that grant primary stat to all nearby allies for an hour, only usable outdoors. That went from, ooh, this would be great for pushing delves to, oh, now it's useless. What am I doing outdoors that requires a big buff like that? Yep. Hey, we got more of our journey. And a cape. That is not better. That's alright, we've pretty much hit the max of what gear we can get. Hang on. Chest piece, I think, is the only thing we'd be looking for, other than, because we got a weapon that we can make better if we upgrade it, but worth spending the upgrades on other stuff first. Alright, one more bountiful for the day. Which is... hang on. Bungle Folly. Don't know. Maybe we just call it there for the morning. We have completed the 3 we needed to, and we're going to fill out whatever Delver's Journey thing we need with Elise. Oh, hang on. Squick has something for us, eh, Squick?
It's not junk. It's junk.
Got some crests? Oh, a good old chunk of crests. And a gem for some of those earthen transmog sets. Lovely. Yeah, let's head back to Donegal. Oh, I can feel my throat going as well. I do not want to push it and knock my voice out. Be very conscious of that fact. Oh, Innkeep, can you take my garbage?
I have an extended supply of goods for outlanders.
Oh, isn't that nice?
My
We get a lot of warband and bind on equip stuff. I wonder how much of the bind on equip stuff would sell on the auction house. Imagine a lot of it would. We can try putting up a couple of pieces and see what happens. Who's currently behind? Donegal's behind, so we do those.
The Titans will return.
Hey, and that's them.
Be ready.
Ooh, we earned the cosmetic shoulder pads. Very nice. Let me go and grab those real quick. More transmog. Gimme, 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 gimme.
My directive is to serve you.
Yes, there we are. Shiny, shiny earthen shoulder pads.
My directive has been...
Alright. Let's hand in the other two. Elise.
I'm listening. Farewell.
Right, with that, how far did that push the Delver's Journey tab? Oh, 1 up. Take that. 3 up.
What are your orders?
Why is your Hearthstone voice not just in here? It's so weird. Was there a voice acting dispute? What happened there? Unlock our Delver's dirigible cosmetics. Not done much on it yet. I kind of don't want to until I get them all. Yeah, more transmogs to earn eventually. An exhaust. A front-mounted lantern. Hey, look, there's somebody else in one. Some fancy bits. Right, Bran. Give us that cash. Then we do some more tomorrow. Maybe have a glance into tier 11 just to see where it's at. And these are the other customizable ones. The other stuff in here were toys, companions, crystals, and then a load of warband gear. The main thing is just the dirigible stuff, I suppose. Then if you wanted to level alts through it... No, move that over. Bank is too full. $3k gold, some crests, some kedge, and some crystals. Lovely stuff. Go and visit our iconic friends, see if we can push our gear up any further. Oh, very evil druid, nightmare druid transmog there, Torren. Very nice. Paladin's got some of like the chest piece and the leggings for that one. Oh, it's been 2 weeks. I should be able to get another piece of my set gear, which is a decent chunk of extra damage. Then we probably do it on the... Would I do it on the chest piece if the chest piece is what I'm going to upgrade? Probably not. Do it on the legs or something. Right.
How fare you?
Means we should probably upgrade them. Okay, good. And what else can we do? They all require the runed crests, which we don't get too much of. Not that dagger. Nah, they're all at that point. Not the PvP stuff, thank you. Yep. Ooh. The ring needs gilded crests, which I don't even think I can get a hold of in Delves. Doesn't look like it. Oh, there had to be a limit somewhere. Then this axe, that gets it to 610, which is not above our sword. We'd have to get it to... $9. Yeah, we'd have to get it to that tier, which requires another few runed crests.
Good health to you.
Okie dokie. I understand. So that will be the creation catalyst. So every 2 weeks at the moment, this should have one of the resources we need to make a set of tier gear. Yep. As catch-up mechanics go, at the end of Dragonflight, they started pumping these out weekly. And it's also a really easy way to earn the transmogs for tier sets as well. This will change our pants into our tier set. And then we'll unlock our set bonus, which will be very helpful in doing delves. I imagine that actually might make pushing into tier 11 way more doable. Do it. Fancy pants! Oh, purple pants. Can I make... I should probably... We're a little slapdash in our visual appearance at the moment. Probably try and make... But I think tomorrow I can do my blacksmithing crafting orders as well. Don't need to try and rush that now. Where's that transmogrifier? He's around here somewhere. Oh, hang on. Get my 10D awards. This month's main one for completing it. Which again, it's the second day and that bar is full. The Deep Stalker. Which is a jellyfish. A Azeroth Mortif Shadowlands-esque jellyfish. I've not had a jellyfish before. Oh, it's squibble. The little legs go. Oh, no, I'm good. I think I'm good. Oh, Mr. Sunflower, back at the trading post. Good to see you.
Welcome to the trading post.
Right. Now I can finally grab the frozen kitty. With the Horde armor. And then I can freeze this Raggedy Golem set for another month. That's the only thing I really cared too much about. The only other one was maybe getting this Executioner polearm, just because I prefer the colour scheme to another one, but when we're so limited in how many Traders 10Ds we can get, we have to be a little picky.
Now don't you be gone too long.
Have a look. Yes. Horde kitty. With an axe on its tail. Very unnecessary axe on its tail. Still doesn't beat, like, this Alliance-y wolf from Battle for Azeroth for me. Happy to farm that. Right. We got purple pants. And so, to go with Xalatath and the War Within, let's do a new outfit. And we... Oi. Get everything off. Get it all off. Right. We need purpley boots. Not purple enough. We'll probably be going to some old Burning Crusade stuff. Which will not have the look of modern-y pants. They're a bit purpley. It's close. It's close. Might have to make do. So a quick glance. No, they'll be too golden. This is why I play this video game, by the way. Earning transmog is my whole shebang. When we get to this process, try and do it considered. That's why I want the Trial of Style to come back way bigger. Oh, we could do purple shiny belt. The gold does clash a little bit, though. The gold does clash. That's subtle with it, but the blue gem then clashes with the pinky gem. Purple skull. Too much. Far too much. No, 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 no. We can't be having that. Shiny tusks. Also clashes a bit with the folds on the side. And now gold clashes with a silver. A serene Pandaren belt. It kind of fits. It clips just a little bit. It clips just a little bit. I think what was that? Where'd that go? There was like a... thin old ass purple belt. Look at that. Old belt. No definition, so flat. We'll hide belt for now. We'll come back to belt. We'll come back to belt. We need to tie more of it together first. Hide tabard for now. Gloves. Again, the gold just doesn't go with the silver. think gloves might actually be a bit of a problem. These have that big purple gem. Doesn't quite go though. If there are any recommendations or criticisms, you're welcome to lodge them my way. Just need to figure that's within the realm. What I'm after, they look a little, again, old and wobbly, but I might have to do for purple. Oh, hang on. Slightly bigger. That greenier blue doesn't quite do it though. Those almost do colour-wise, but not quite. I prefer the other ones to them. Too much, too old. Are they too old? Yeah, too vivid as well. It's the weird blobs that go over the top of the hand. Don't know how I feel about that. I think we go with the meteor one. It's not... It's just because, like, that metal, the metal going around is a much darker shade than the metal on even the boots. I think that's why the wide ones kind of win it. Check at the front again. Nah. Unless we go with just like a basic glove and ignore that completely, but I think we keep that there for now. Right. Wrist tends to not be something to consider a flower. It's a bit much. It kind of goes with things, but it's a bit much. Purple skull hiding underneath. Yeah, we slap that one on. Alright, breastplate. Very important piece. Getting the little bit of lightning feather going. Maybe. You know what? I have that matches purple in that regard. It's not far off, but we won't be seeing it under a tabard. Whereas I like the fur collar because it actually comes up over stuff. Also, I have some kind of purpley robe. Do not believe I do. Maybe the old Ice Crown set. That was purpley, wasn't it? Too vivid. You know what I mean? Like the Rafford Lich King tier set. I don't know how much of it I ever got, to be honest. I've gone transmog farming in a long time. Not properly. Not dedicating days to it. It's that same old set. Doesn't match. Unfortunately, doesn't match. I think we do indeed go with the modern lightning fur. And we just wear a tabard to cover up the golden accents. Kind of buggers down the arms. A little bit if it's plated. I'm getting mixed feelings. Let's carry on and see what else we can find before we get to that point. That cape almost works if it weren't for the gem. It's not the cape off while we figure out shoulders first. Oh yes! Hang on. The Dark and Arathi ones we found. Oh, perfect. But of course, we don't want to be symmetrical. Which one do we want where? This is the one we want different. Wax. No. Purple cloth? Dunno. Purple storm's too much. Look, older purple. Gold's too shiny. I don't really want a demon's head. Nor skulls. Similar vein, but not quite. Daria ones aren't bad, I just needed the metal to be a different colour. Our old elite PvP set is more maroon red than it is purple. One of the few elite sets I earned back in the day. Slightly off colour. Thinking the old... a subtle purple. Maybe not. This chest piece just isn't going with it. Maybe a shirt and a tabard will help with that, though. I could see it. We do definitely need shirt and tabard to figure this out. I tend not to wear a helmet. Too bright. And these scarves help and bring some stuff together. Too vivid the other way. Too much. And plate is probably the transmog sets that I have filled up the most. Oh, the old Tyrion helm, maybe. Oh, we're clashing a bit. We're going a little higgledy-piggledy. We'll go with no helm. Definitely need to cover up the whole chest area. Oh no, it's all underneath. Mistakes were made. The buckles go through the tabard. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I guess we're not having fancy storm collar then. It's gonna bugger me like that. Not Kirin Tor offensive. That seems on brand at the moment for helping with Dalaran. We're nearly there. Okay, now we just need a Dalaran-esque sword. Like purple blade in general. A bit too much. I need more silver than I do gold. I think there used to be a purple version of that. Granite crystal... close. Might end up going with that, to be honest. I know, there's always the option of going simple weapon. And then not having to worry about it, but I think we need to embellish, at least for the week. Right, how are we doing? The tabard is just so bright. Do we have a chiller Dalaran tabard? Chainmail is always a nice option. Ooh, that works rather well. Have to pick a cape now. Gold accents are a little strong. Need it bigger. Need it flowy. Too pink. Almost. And the black goes with the other stuff, and then I think maybe we do end up going for slightly chunkier gloves. Yeah, it brings it together a little more. Do we have a purple enchant, or is that just too much? If we do have one, I have not unlocked it. Right. Not bad at all. Let's see how it grows on me over time or not. I think changing up some of the colouring on the tabard has helped. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I think we've done a good job there. The glow on the old Exodar crystals kind of really working with that shoulder pad, which I didn't expect to happen. Good stuff. Alright then, folks. With that, give it a wave. Said give it a wave, Barrow. What's happening? There you go. Thank you very much for watching. For everyone who's come along live, for those watching down the line later, cheers for giving me your time. If you enjoyed yourselves, like the video so the algorithm can push it to more folks. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe for more content. We're here most mornings with World of Warcraft, and on an evening we play other games. At the moment, we're in for the indie game from 2021, Death's Door, where we play a little crow fella claiming old souls. We fought a witch yesterday, and this evening we'll be fighting a frog king. It's fun stuff. I'm very much enjoying it. Until next time, folks, much love, take care, and bye-bye.